Hey guys, Pulkit this side from Gadget Generations, and today I'm going to talk about Dunu's latest Kima 2. Dunu Kima 2 comes as a second generation to the highly acclaimed Kima series of single dynamic driver in-ear monitors by the brand basically. I have been a fan of the original Kima as well, and the Kima 2 came out recently with a new cable while keeping the looks the same as the previous generation and also utilizing a newer driver. So at the time of this review, the pair retails for 119 US dollars. The pair house is a single dynamic driver with DLC composite diaphragm. This unit has been sent to me as a part of review tour organized by Hi-Fi Go in India. I would like to thank them, and if you guys want, you guys can go and check out the product on their website. I will be adding the links in the description section below. We will begin with the design and build quality. Here are my notes, and stay tuned with me till the very end. I will be comparing it with a very beautiful single dynamic driver earphone that I recently shared my review on this channel as well. So without any wasting any more time, let us begin. About the design and build quality, I just mentioned that the pair looks exactly the same as the previous one. Yes, although the matte texture onto the shells is better looking in my opinion, it gives the pair a richer look. Also, the Kima 2 is available in two different variants. One is the limited edition, which was like limited to a few units only, and it was available in a mirror finished green color. And this one is the regular version, which is a matte gunmetal kind of color, and it looks really good to me. Also, the included accessories are a lot. You get Dunu candy ear tips, you get Dunu S&S ear tips, you get a lot other ear tips, as well as especially this cable. I personally love this cable because in this price segment, I hardly any brand includes solid sleeved cable, which is there present onto the Dunu Kima 2. It was also included with the Dunu's latest Titan S2 as well. So very good cable, amazing build quality. The shells are completely metallic. Talking about the fit and isolation, the pair sits quite comfortably into my ears and provides me with good comfort. I don't get any kind of issues in terms of comfort with the set, although the isolation is kind of average and I can actually listen to the sound outside, so I can't use this pair in my gym. About the design, the pair has like I mentioned, the identical design to the previous generation. It has this 3D beveled finish which looks really good and gives it a premium touch in terms of looks and build quality. Next up, I have the drivability. I don't find the Kima 2 to be a demanding set. It pairs quite well with different sources that I have tested it with. Also, I just forgot to mention the cable comes with swappable plugs, so I have used it with 4.4 for the most part, but while using it with my MacBook Air, I have tested it with using the stock 3.5mm plug as well. So about the drivability, back to that section again, the pair is quite easy to power. You don't need any kind of special sources with it. I have tested it directly with my MacBook Air and I have no issues at all because the pairs fits sounds quite amazing with it. For the most critical sections of this review, I have used it with my FIO BTR 17, with my Hibi R82, which is over here, and also with my Code Mojo 2. On the Hibi R82, I'm like 30 out of 100 volume on medium gain mode, so no issues in terms of drivability with any of the sources, and it synergizes well with them as well. Now, the sound quality part. Okay, so Dunu Kima sounds quite fun. It has good punch to the sound, and at the same time it maintains a natural tonality across the frequency band. Starting with the bass region has a focus on the mid bass section. The mid bass is weighted, it is punchy, and it has good dynamics as well. It adds a bit of power to the sound with a quick and punchy response. The mid bass, it is quite well done onto the set in my opinion. Next up, the sub bass rumble is quite decent. Like when you listen to Bad Guy by Billie Eilish, you can actually feel the rumble. But again, the main attraction onto the lower end is with the mid bass section. Coming to the mid-range section, the mid-range has excellent tonality. The vocals and instruments sound dead natural. You can actually connect with them better because of their rich tonality. They sound quite natural. It's like you are listening to the live recording, and the presentation is quite natural and quite good in my opinion. Vocals, both male and female vocals, have good texture to them, and like again, they sound quite natural. They have a little bit of weight added by the mid-bass presentation, but there is no muddiness or no graininess included. So the bass region is quite well controlled into its own. Different instruments like acoustic guitars, pianos, they have very natural tone into the mid-range section, and they sound quite open and well separated as well. Next up, I have the treble region. Treble region is quite safe and inoffensive in its presentation. It sounds quite open. You never feel any kind of congestion even in busy tracks with the Kima 2. The pair maintains very good clarity in the treble region. Different instruments like electric guitars, violins, and flutes, they don't show any kind of sibilance or harshness even at louder listening volumes. So treble is very well executed and safely tuned, so don't worry about getting tired or getting fatigued even after just after a few hours of listening. So you are good to go for long listening sessions with the Dunu Kima 2. Technically, I personally enjoy the Kima 2 because the stage is quite open and dynamic. It has good width and decent depth to it, so you can actually feel a bit of 3D-ness to the sound stage. In my opinion, there is no congestion, so the instrument separation is also quite well done. Layering and imaging is also quite done, so the imaging and different positioning of different instruments is quite accurate, and you can actually pinpoint even in congested tracks. Now, some of the things that I personally don't enjoy with the Dunu Kima 2. So, first of all, I need more sub bass. Yes, the mid bass is quite good, adds good dynamics to the output, but I am that kind of person who wants that rumbling thunder sensation. So for that, I need more sub bass with the Kima 2. Next up, I need better isolation. Even after playing around with different tips, I personally feel candy tips, the included candy tips fit me nicely, but again, I need better isolation. Dunu S&S tips work better in that regard, but they are not very comfortable to my ears now. So since I've been using Divinus Velvet and all that stuff more, so I personally prefer it with Kima Candy, but I need better isolation. Apart from that, I think that it is I don't know if there is anything else that I need to worry about with the Kima 2, because it has been on my daily driver set for the past few weeks and I have enjoyed it quite nicely because the natural tonality, the quick mid bass, the vocal presentation is very well executed onto the set, and I would hugely recommend it to persons who love a fun and dynamic sound output and love the coherency of a single dynamic driver IEM. Now let's move ahead and we will do a comparison part. So for comparison, I'm going to compare it with a similarly priced single dynamic driver earphone, which is the Clavlon Delta. I recently shared its review as well onto this channel itself, so if you guys have not watched it yet, you should go and check it out as well. I will add the link in the description section below as well. So Delta, as you guys might remember if you have watched my review, I personally like the Delta for its rich mid-range presentation. I personally messaged a good friend of mine that, man, this is the mini Twilight, because the Softiest Twilight is one of my favorite IEMs, because the vocal and the mid-range section on the Delta is really amazingly done. So how well does it compares with Kima 2? So let's begin. Delta has a warmer sound profile. The mid bass has more weight onto it, and it has even lesser sub bass in my opinion than the Kima 2. The mid bass has more pronounced presentation, so giving it a slightly warmer tone compared to the Kima 2. Vocals are denser and richer on Delta, something that I absolutely loved with the Delta, but for more natural presentation, I prefer the Kima 2. Vocals have more weight onto the Delta, if I want to put it into simpler words, but onto this one, they sound more natural and more lively in my opinion on the Kima 2. Kima 2 sounds wider with a bigger stage. The stage onto the Kima 2 is bigger in its presentation. The overall presentation of actually Delta is slightly mid-focus, so the image is a bit closer to the listener. It is not intimate by any means, but Kima 2 presents a bigger stage. Separation of Kima 2 is also better. Yes, so Kima 2 presents you with better instrument separation. You can actually pinpoint different instruments quite precisely and in a better way compared to the Delta. Delta main focus is onto the vocals, while Kima 2 sounds like a more balanced profile. So that is there. So treble on both the sets are quite well done. It is not much detailed. None of the sets is much more detailed but both have a very simple and rounded presentation, and both of them never sound harsh or sibilant at all. So to close this, both sets have fantastic presentation. Kima 2 for more natural and open presentation, while the Delta for a vocal centric presentation. Well, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching my review for the Dunu Kima 2. If you guys have any questions related to the Kima 2, you guys can ask me in the comment section below. And don't forget to leave me a like onto this video, and if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing, as I regularly make content related to hi-fi audio gear. Soon I'm coming up with a new video which will be showcasing my best finds of 2024, so stay tuned with me. Well, thank you so much. That's Pulkit signing off. Thank you.